Alright, we're live right now on March 1st, about 4 p.m. here in Chicago. My name's Elvin, also known as Epoxy. But for today's cast, it's going to be a little different than usual. Instead of a live cast, we're just going to be casting yesterday's games for the Division A team as they took on Fontbonne University Griffins. So this was week 6. Yesterday was the final game of the group stage for Illinois Tech. Um, and then best of 3. But again, in order from last week's performance, IIT fell to Manitoba at 3 to make it their total win-loss 3-2. So will be ineligible to move past the group stage. But right now, this last game of the week is pretty much just for fighting pride, fighting words, to push up the rankings just up a bit to finish off the season strong. But shout out to Blitzkrieg for sending over those files to me, and then we can just get the game started right from the get-go. From what I've been told, it's IIT will take the game 1 on the blue side. So going to quit the music and then load us up onto the Rift. Then get ourselves going in just a bit. So Fontbonne University FBU versus IIT CLoL week 6. From the looks of it, it's going to be True 5 on the Renekton top, Draco Legiendo on the Echo Jungle, Plu on the Rumble mid, Blitzkrieg on the Caitlyn ADC, and Boombang on the Lux support for IIT. Meanwhile, for Fontbonne, it's going to be Dizung X, Zoom X on the set top lane, Hoi V on Elise jungle, Cassiopeia on the Slayens on the Cassiopeia mid, N Min on the Misfortune ADC, and Wannabe Misfit on the Nautilus support. Not sure about those Fontbonne IGNs, not going to lie, but I got a job to do, so I'll get started on the casting, and then if you are watching us live, appreciate it. But so seeing that this is kind of out of the ordinary of how we usually cast, during live spectate, there might be a couple of small issues in the stream, but I think I fixed most of them. So, all right, Cassiopeia with the TP mid will be pretty interesting to see if she goes for any big plays in terms of any TPs for her bot lane to help out. Cassiopeia Poison will essentially serve as its purpose with the Ignite if you think about it, with the Poison, but with a Liandry's probably first item that's going to definitely be enough to do the damage needed. Looking like a standard push out here between all 5 members from both schools. Elise putting a cautionary ward right here. Will be able to be spotted by Plu, but has not showed himself yet. Elise going to go right back, I believe, and probably pick herself up a lens, perhaps. And there it is. Yeah, so that's a standard approach for the junglers, but looking like same here with Draco. He himself putting his on the river entrance as opposed to the river. Should be a standard approach here, though, from both sides. It's going to be Fontbonne helping out with Elise leashing on the blue. Meanwhile, IIT will take red. Level 2 here for between the bot lane, the Lux versus the Nautilus. If the Lux is able to land the damage and Nautilus does not get the CC, IIT will definitely win, but Nautilus, very popular support pick along with Leona these past few patches. Shouldn't be too much of a big deal. Nautilus will have that Q started right off. Same with, actually, it will be the Lux E. I misspoke. Blitzkrieg, normally the jungler, I believe, for IIT. This time will be on the ADC role, though, but Boombang faithfully in the support role. Hopefully IIT has got some synergy worked out on this bot lane. Meanwhile, True and Dizung trading a couple blows here. Level 2 hit first by Set. Will land that Haymaker to pull him right in there and win off on that trade to get itself started. True finally going to be hitting that level 2, but not too much to comment likely yet. IIT though going to be able to hit that level 2 here in the bot lane first. Going to land with a little bit of damage there. The hook going to land from Wannabe Misfits. Nice damage there. The trap also there going to be used by MF preemptively. Very scared about trying to see if she can get this damage, but IIT pushing a lot right here. Both members here from IIT going to be taken to just on about 300 health, but able to blow the summoners from the MF. Puts them in a nice spot. They're going to pop both of their potions. Another Q from Lux will land onto the Nautilus, but Lux in this case will not be having the ignite, instead going for the barrier. But Echo coming in for the first gank of the day, 3-minute 19. Decent amount of damage here on D-Zone. Elise not there to help things out. She's on the scuttle. That's going to look like the first blood here for the Renekton. Blitzkrieg though, doing a decent amount of damage here. Does Blitzkrieg want to look for more? Trap net will hit. Doesn't look like anything else. Elise here on the top side with the double buff. Both members pretty low here from IIT. It's going to be a Haymaker landing. It's going to be True taken very low. The flash going to be used from the Elise. One more auto should be able to do it. The flash in place from Hui. Not too sure about that call. I'm not really sure why she needed to go for that with the one shot. Maybe she did not know that the Renekton had already used flash earlier, or didn't even want to risk it. But either way, that's a pretty big summoners lost on Elise's end. Having junglers with their flash is great to be able to get those kills secures when you're coming in for the gank, but it's going to be the TP used by D-Zone as well to be able to go for that play. True, meanwhile, is going to walk all the way back up, so he will have the TP advantage. And from that first blood, I believe he's going to be able to catch himself back into gold with Set. Not too much to hear talk between the Rumble and the Cassiopeia, but Plu keeping even on the trade. It's going to have the Doran Shield to help keep himself relatively healthy against some of that Cassiopeia poke. Meanwhile, IIT going to be backing up. Caitlyn going to have the Shard for some of that attack speed. Dark Seal here for the Lux. Double Dorans there for the MF. Boots there for the Nautilus. So both junglers going to meet each other again here. It's going to be Hui as a very fast boy, clearing up this controller, not knowing that Draco Legiendo is there. Will be spotted out eventually though. And here, Wave pushing in Fontbonne's favor. And Caitlyn's going to have a decent amount of minions to handle, but doesn't look like Fontbonne wants to push for anything more, not looking for a turret plating of any sort. A little bit of help there from Boombang. Good guy. One more minion. Pretty much gets it. Hey, well, hold on. Let's take a step back. True here, able to take these onto under 200 health, about 200 health. Looking like he went to go for the dive right here for these minions. These on the 1 and 2 was tempted for it, and without the level 6 will not be able to get it. Ooh. A margin of 1 turret shot will do that. It's going to be True able to get a kill for himself and will be able to push his gold lead likely once again to about 400. Able to get a turret plating for himself. That's going to be 500. Echo was going to be seen by the Tribush Ward. Will go for his first back and come back with the Codex. Meanwhile, IIT is able to keep the wave relatively in place here. Boombang tries his luck at a Q. Plu's going to go all in with his ult. Nice dodge to be able to get away from the Cassiopeia ult, but it's going to have to flash out to avoid the Elise cocoon. And that will be it. Big summoners there lost for Plu. He's not going to have a TP, but thankfully not using the Ignite as well. So, good use of ultimate trades on both sides. Likely, you know, if Draco's going to be able to get level 6 pretty soon, could be coming in for a potential gank in the mid lane. Meanwhile, IIT's bot lane having a little bit of a lead here in the CS department. Boombang's going to try to go for the control ward, but as an aggressive support, if you were Fontbonne, and if maybe Wannabe was in a healthier position, could get this fight started, but it's going to be Boombang taken very low. Elise Will land the cocoon, will not have the flash before to be able to get her way, to get herself out of that. True wants to go for the follow-up, but is going to be slowed by the Cassiopeia pull. Rumble and Echo wanting to close in, but not really at the situation. That's going to be actually no True coming over outside of the wall. Rumble will be coming to face the members there. Nice dodge onto the Elise, but he wants to go in. Echo here to follow things up. The stun not there yet. One auto will be able to finish it off, but IIT able to make it work. Flash there from Blitzkrieg. KS there from the Plu, but not really KS. I think Kate lost the auto range actually, but quick couple of kills to follow up will make the Renekton TP worth in the end. Echo going to be here finishing, using the smite to secure the Gromp. And as they make their way towards this dragging 3k health, doesn't look like Fontbonne wants to go even look at it. But this is going to give a lot of time for Set to take almost 2 to 3 turret plates in that meantime. Infernal drag, first drag of the day, going to be secured here by IIT. And that will be True. Finally coming back to the top lane. And that kill advantage will be able to actually have Set catch right back up in terms of the gold. His TP will probably be coming up in the next minute or two. At least here in the top side. Not level 6 though. Yet we'll need just one more camp, I believe, to get that under her pocket, but we'll have to Echo in a nice spot ahead. Wannabe Misfits coming here on the roam. Should have been spotted out, I believe, by the minions on the mid lane. But True wants to go for a fight of his own. It's going to be a level 5 Elise Haymaker will land onto True. True going to be taken very low. The flash going to be traded between both sides, but this looks like it should be secured by Dizung. He's going to have his flash available. Does he need it to secure it? Haymaker will land. Nice amount of damage. Rumble's going to be putting down his ult onto Slayin. Not looking like he's going to be able to do much more. Trades for a turret shot, but we'll have the shield available. Boom bang. Pushing the members of the IIT very close. Barrier going to be used by Lux just to keep her barely alive at 160 health. No heals either. But Boom bang still wanting to go for these fights. MF landing a nice Q onto Blitzkrieg. Should be able to push back IIT from looking for any more here. Echo now onto the top side. Renekton coming just around. There is going to be a control ward there for IIT to know. And it will be Dizung coming right into it. He's going to have a little bit of shielding, but will not be able to get the stun. Dizung with his ultimate not available. Is going to be taken very low. Nice sidestep there from Draco. Will have the Q just available who he wants to give it to, and that will be the solo kill for Draco. Well played there from IIT. And that's going to have that Echo once again be ahead of that Elise, and will be looking like they want to get a couple more chunks of turret plating down here. Top turret now to about halfway here. Will have the tower rune to help speed things along. IIT from that earlier back will have the Kate coming back with a BF. Now finally some attack damage in her kit. Will be IIT securing that first turret at 11 minutes. With now about a 2k gold lead. Plu still walking in boldly here, trying to see if he can predict the Cassiopeia ultimate. But that's not going to be available until another few seconds. Elise all the way here around. Wants to see if they can play this out. And they are going to be making pings here. Plu in a very tight spot. He's going to have to use the flash to dodge the Elise Cocoon, but that's going to be giving time for Draco and True to make their way towards that Rift Herald, first one of the day. Hoi going to be finishing off the control ward here. Looks like she wants to go for a bit of an invade on her own to catch back up here. Will be Cassiopeia going for a back. They want to defend here, perhaps. Will be blue team putting it in. Will be Plu pushing out these minions just to be able to give the access needed, but Draco's going to be taken very low. Going to have to ult just to get himself out there. Will be true there to be able to take 2 or 3 tower shots. It's going to be set, flashing back just to keep the turret aggro on him. Wannabe Misfits using the ultimate to and the flash just to be able to get Plu down. Will be Wannabe Misfits going for the kill, able to get it, but IIT quickly responds by looking like they were able to catch out the Elise. Flash ultimate just to get himself in the range. MF ultimate chunks him down and stops Draco for looking for any more, but Boom Bang slams the ultimate right there into Elise and catches her right off. IIT's bot lane slow to respond, but able to get something in the end. Wannabe Misfits using the ultimate earlier will be at a disadvantage, likely. MF will have hers on a lower cooldown. Wannabe Misfits tries this luck at a hook, will not land. But that's going to be actually the dragon spawning in 20 seconds. Mountain Drag here will be at least coming back, will be Echo on the top side. Looking like he wants to go for those camps. IIT wants to set up what vision that they can, but if they stay too long in this river, they could be pinched. Will be a couple members here. IIT's going to make their way back down to the lane to match up to Slayin. Slayin 0-2 now, only with the Lost Chapter in his kit. Looking like he probably wants to go for a Saras, but they're going to be closed in here. It's going to be Caitlyn instantly pelted by 3 forms of CC just to keep her down, and no vision on this river. And that's got to be on Deluxe's job. If you're having the same vision score as the Caitlyn and you have to upgrade a support item, I don't know about that, buddy. Nevertheless, it's going to be 4 members of here ooh, very close there. Ultimate steal from Deluxe. Plu trying to see what he can do. The damage just there to be able to finish off the Cassiopeia with that ult. IIT though, Boombang's going to have the ultimate available. Oh, actually, excuse me, used it earlier for the dragon, so won't have that just yet. Draco going to be taken very low. W will land there for a bit. The Q barely holding on to it. Does Boombang have the damage to finish it off? It's going to be true. Following it up, it's going to be the flash from Boombang just to secure it. And Draco wants to go for a little bit more. He's going to have his smite available to keep himself relatively healthy. Should be just fine. Wants to make this Elise pay during those death timers. 8 seconds until she's respawned, and Draco should be able to clear out both of these camps. It's going to be a TP used by Cassie to finally get herself that Archangel Staff. That'll help keep her mana in check. But IIT wants to go for a dive here. They're going to be able to land the stun. They're going to be able to land the Q. And the TP is useless there for Cassiopeia, as IIT is making quick work of now 2 tier 1 turrets. Fontbonne yet to be able to crack really open into the base, into the towers. First one only being really the top turret being the one the worst for wear with that Renekton TP there earlier in the bot lane. But looking like a bit of a rotation here. Both sides still seem to be content at the laning, but we could be seeing a potential switch if Rumble keeps himself in the top side. Looks like he wants to commit himself towards one more wave. Elise will be in the top side finishing up this red. Could be looking at wanting to converge. D-Zung also going to be coming around here. IIT will have a ward to keep it out. Rumble going to have to speedy man his way out of there. He will be able to get out safely. That's going to give the information that they know that the Elise is top side for IIT. Should be okay to make their way to try to go for another bit of damage to finish off the final tier 1. A lot of members just roaming out here, giving time for the Echo to finish out all of the camps, continue to push his lead ahead of that Elise. She's going to have no camps available, and it's just a walking ward at this point. Bot turret will have just above 2k health, will be Elise here around the bot side. But True wants to come all the way around. It will be a slight misplay there from IIT, as it looks like they are going to go for the dive regardless. And taken very low. True barely holding on. Going to have to use the flash just to get himself out there. Draco, one more Q can do it, but he's not going to have anything more for it. A little bit of a slow from the Q there. Will hold D-Zone back. Will be Boombang pushing up on this turret on his own. Should be another tower secured, I believe, at this point. And that will be the final tier 1. All this time, Plu and Slayin still trading blows here on the top lane. But looking like IIT continuing to take a lot of control in this mid and late game. Only one dragon for Fontbonne being really their saving grace in terms of objectives. Now all tier 1's broken in. It's only a matter of time until IIT wants to look for the next objective. There is going to be Rift Herald, the second one of the day, spawning in about 10 seconds. IIT's Caitlyn and Lux will be there for that. Oops, that's a miss on the cannon minion, and that is going to be the Echo coming up around here. Will be started off, will have a decent amount of vision coverage on their tri-bush and on the river entrance. Should be able to be given to IIT, no problemo. Caitlyn even doing so much as to set a trap ward line, but again, the objectives are running thin and scarce for Fontbonne. Not too much left available. It's going to be D-Zong and True trading blows. D-Zong at the level advantage still wants to go for the fight. Nice little bit of dodge here to avoid some of that haymaker damage. And he wants to go in. Going to be using that ult. Going to be having some of that damage. Ult going to be used. Going to be taken very close. And the 1v1 will not go through. True will fall in that process. And that's not going to help things along in a fight 5v4. Important to note that D-Zong did use the ultimate though. So he's not going to have that, you know, crowd CC, ground slam, pound, whatever, to his favor. But is the commitment here? Do Fontbonne want to commit all of the resources for this dragon? IIT not falling for the bait. They're going to be pushing up their way through the mid lane. They want to go for something here. It's going to be Plu going to be able to be Cocoon, unfortunately, but they're going to be held back by the Echo ultimate. They're going to have the Nautilus ult get the double knockup, but the damage is just not there. The coordination not perfect, but that's going to be a big Lux ultimate to be able to slice right through all of the members, and that's going to be a full ace. Take me through that rewind, because I have no idea how IIT was able to pull that off. Echo being ulted here. That's going to be the Nautilus following up. That's going to be Renekton going in blind to the Cassiopeia ult. She's going to flash right out just to get herself away from that. Echo, though, coming in here with the Q, with the EQ right there. I'm going to be able to recall her so close. That's like the infernal. That's like the Elder Drake beam where those guys just fall if they have enough damage. But it ends up working for IIT, only losing True in the process, and that's going to be as well on top of the Rift Herald spawning. Should be able to crack their way through this tier 2. Should be able to crack their way through the inhib turret as well. Can I say it so much as the inhib 2? Will still be alive. It's going to be no members of Fontbonne alive just yet. Rift Herald still making its way through, but it should be able to be completed by the MF before it actually makes a crash into the there it goes, into the Nexus turret. So IIT once again doing some jungle cleaning, taking out all of Elise's buffs if she can. That's going to be the Echo with the blue buff there. Will be a Cloud Drake secured as well. And so, 20 minutes in, 19 and 10 here for IIT. Things looking really well for that Echo as he is putting a jungling lesson on Hoi V. Almost a 6k advantage there. 5k, 6k there for the Echo. And Set doing okay on his own. You know, I give him the honorable mention. Able to still trade blows, still confident in taking fights against Renekton. But True still looking for some fights of his own as he works his way through the top side. Hoi V going to be on the red buff. And Fontbonne's bot lane here on the top side. Boombang now here as well, but a little bit split. It's going to be Caitlyn coming down here onto the bot turret herself. We'll be able to secure a couple of these minions. In terms of a 1v1, I'm not sure if she wins out in that affair. Q going to be thrown up by Boombang, but they don't want to go any further. As there is a control ward, but Plu going to be taken right into it. Blind hook here from the Nautilus will be able to land, and that's going to be Plu getting caught out, not having the vision, not having his team with him. Baron's going to be up, but does IIT want to fight for this? It's going to be Draco Hex Tech proto-belting himself right over. That's going to be a decent amount of damage. They're trying to see what they can clear out. Will be Boom Bang with the Q available. One big catch could just be sending to fight for them. But IIT clears out the jungle once again for Vision here. IIT having good control of this area. But Fontbonne still wants to go for the fight. Will be Draco trying to lead things off for IIT. And not letting them go for any more aggressive approaches, it looks like. So IIT not willing to risk the Baron. Rumble will be up now. But this is that stage of neither side wanting to really pull the trigger. A bit of ARAM going on here. Just go for minions, go for camps, and wait for the next big thing. Perhaps another dragon fight, likely. Will be set, splitting himself top once again. Caitlyn now not there to meet him. It will be to Renekton instead with his TP not available, as opposed to D-Zone with his. And I misspoke. It looks like Plu's going to commit himself here for that lane. But without the TP, could be a valuable champion that IIT wants to be having in the fight. Will be Draco trying to clear out the control ward, but Fontbonne not willing to give it up just yet. Now both members of IIT here to finally take this control ward for themselves. They are going to be able to get it. And even have the Caitlyn put a couple of traps down on her own. But Rumble going to be walking all the way through the river. Look like they want to get themselves started. They are going to be caught out by a ward. Trinket placed by the MF. MF with her ultimate available. But Caitlyn going to try to see if she can kite from the back. Q not going to be following through. IIT does not have the vision anymore besides that top bush. And IIT is still not willing to commit themselves towards this Dragon Nest. You're going to have to wait once again. Set in the whole time. Split pushing with his TP summoners available. It looks like they're going to finally be able to get that first turret. IIT just yet to have the knowledge to know if they can take a fight correctly. Does not trust a full 5v5 fight just yet. And Draco is now 4 levels ahead of this lead. So let's just keep that in mind. Like, the damage he has is there. Caitlyn ult going to be used. Is going to be blocked by Hoi V. But Nautilus is going to be coming around here. MF has to deal with these supers on her lonesome. And they still want to be going for the fight. True now going to be there. Will have his TP available pretty much more or less. But it's going to be a tier 2 approached. A couple members won't be able to actually kill the ward off before it actually respawn, but they are going to put one more down as the fight for control, as the fight for vision gets itself started. But Blitzkrieg is going to chunk himself through that tier 2. Doesn't look like they want to make that call just yet. Will be a Cloud Dragon spawning in 5 seconds. Does D-Zone want to go for it solo? Doesn't look like it as the fight starts. It's going to be the Lux ultimate capturing Wannabe. It will be D-Zone using the TP to get into this fight. Can he go for any more? He's not. He's going to have his flash available, but the follow-up might not be there from the rest of his team. Bubik's still willing to frontline as a Lux is just a mark of how ballsy he is as a support player. That's not something you see every day. It's going to be Draco Legendio starting himself off here without the ultimate, forcing out the MF flash. In fact, Cocoon going to land on the Rumble, but will be outside the turret range. Will be True making his way onto this inhib turret, but will be spooked off by the set. Does IIT want to go with anything more from that death? But doesn't look like it, as the Nautilus has now respawned. The Dark Seal with the Mejais is Booming, still confident in taking full-on fights like this Lux. Will be Cloud Drake available, but will be Draco going on that dragon on his own. We'll have a ward to spot him out, but he should be able to take just fine. Smite just a little bit off. A little bit of damage poke there onto True is going to be taken down to about half. As I believe he's still getting, as I believe the set is still keeping even with him, just purely in terms of CS. But Fontbonne now waiting inside a bush. But I think IIT should have the discipline to know not to go for it. The Cocoon will land. Draco with the ultimate to get himself out of that hairy situation, but valuable flash lost there from Blitzkrieg. And Fontbonne looks like they want to move right out of that. Inhib will be respawned here, will be available, but looking like they want to let the summoners work in their favor. Doesn't look like Fontbonne wants to push out anything more. Will still be the majority of IIT's ultimates still available, I believe. Echo will have his just up now. Renekton, I believe, having to use that earlier as he got a little bit caught out in the mid lane. So it's going to be Cassiopeia there on her own, farming up this wave. And again, the CS, in terms of CS, like, you can see, like, Fontbonne is committed towards keeping up on their wave management. Like, despite, you know, the kill lead, IIT is lacking almost all departments in terms of their CS, except for the Echo. Echo doubled the CS of Elise, shutting her down to the point where the Echo is 4 levels ahead. That's in other words, a level 3 ultimate from Echo versus a barely level 2 ultimate from the Elise, as she is level 12 now. Can pretty much 1v1 whomever he pleases. A couple members here from Fontbonne want to push themselves out. Will be Boombang trying to send out some vision. IIT continues to battle for it, but this time it's all going to be centered on the top side. Slow wave here will be pushing there for Fontbonne, but again, IIT will finally begin this Baron dance once again, and at this point, looking like they're going to be able to secure it. Finally ends up working in their favor, and it will be the Baron power play there for the Hawks. And at this point, perhaps just one big fight. Draco wants to go for it. He's going to be able to ult himself right out. He's going to be able to have NM captured by the ultimate from Plu with the Ignite to finish it off, and that's 2 members instantly taken away. Draco confident in pulling the trigger. 9-0 and 11. Are we going to have the perfect KDA game here from him? I just believe this could be a first, actually, in Draco's history as a IIT player. But nevertheless, it's going to be Deezing trying to do what he can. Finally, but going to be instantly popped. No MR from the set, but besides some Merc Treads, it's going to have him be able to do anything true. Going to go all in onto this team at the fountain, but won't be able to yield anything more, and IIT will finally be able to close it out at about 30 minutes with the score 23-11, 56.7 to 44.5k gold. So GG's to both sides. So looking pretty good against these guys. So we're not going to be able to get a damage chart, as this is, you know, an offline cast, as this game has already happened. So in any case, IIT taking the game 1-0 to start themselves off, getting themselves on the board early. And, you know, won't go too much into the commentary, but I think, you know, some good things there for IIT was the Echo, was his proficiency to help gank all of the lanes all throughout, and setting that Elise behind so far to the point of like 4 levels behind is never something you want to see between a jungler. So top lane set held out on his own. Cassiopeia and Rumble pretty much even, I think, in terms of the 1v1, pretty much reliant on the junglers to be there for it, ganks to get themselves forward. But and then IIT's bot lane versus them, I think Boombay was able to get a couple of nice picks, but a little bit of sidestep had Fontbonne's bot lane still able to pull off some plays of their own with a couple nicely placed MF ultimates. But anyway, let's get ourselves into game 2. We'll see how this game goes and if it's going to move on to a Series 3. It's going to look like once again IIT takes the blue side for game 2 from the looks of it. But let's go over the rosters real quick once again. Doesn't look like IIT opted for any roster switches. It's going to be True S on the Pantheon top now, Draco Legendio on the Echo Jungle, Plu on the Galio mid, Blitzkrieg on the ADC Ezreal, and Boombang on the Lux support once again. Meanwhile, things are going to be changed up a little bit here for Fontbonne. It's going to be Dizung on the Vladimir top, Hoi on the Gragas jungle, Slayin on the Yasuo mid, and I'm going to be on the Varus ADC and Wannabe Misfeats on his Nautilus support once again. So, same supports, same jungler for IIT, but will the Gragas with the Predator be able to get the victory, needed victory here for Fontbonne? We'll have to see. The Yasuo pick also something to keep in mind. That's going to be very, very reliant on trying to be able to get the knockups, but looking like they're trying to do their best to get that with the Gragas ultimate, with the Nautilus ultimate. We'll have the knockups available. IIT though wants to go for a 5-man invade here on the top tri-bush as opposed to other plays, so it looks like they're confident in trying to go here all the way around. It will be Hoi placing his signature ward once again that we saw from game 1, but will not have to read on this likely. These are going to be pushed all the way out here. IIT looping themselves around here in the camps. And are they going to be able to capture out the members here? Boombay going to be taken right in front of Dizung. It's going to be Ezreal right in front. The Q is going to land there. Will the damage be able to follow up? Dizung going to have to flash himself out there just to get out of that hairy situation. Meanwhile, Fontbonne and Amp going to be looking like he wants to place a control ward here on the red buff soon. Knee deep in enemy territory, but thinks that he is relatively safe. Will be placing it right around the Raptors. And IIT will be backing preemptively a little bit late, unfortunately, to help out that Draco, but should still be, I think, likely a small leash given to him. About a 6 to 7 second delay means that IIT will likely miss out on these first 3 minions here, so definitely want to keep our eyes on the level 2. Will IIT be able? Will IIT fall to a first blood based on the level 2 advantage, perhaps from the Varus Nautilus? Or maybe I spoke too soon. 1 minion salvaged there by the Lux. And things instantly started off with Wannabe landing a nice hook onto the Ezreal, taking Blitzkrieg already to half health, taking Boombang to half health. And that's going to definitely still be, I believe, advantage there for Fontbonne. Gragas still finishing up his blue buff, and Gromp coming here around. They still want to go for a fight. A hook once again. Exhaust going to be used by Blitzkrieg. It is going to have to knock up the heal as well. Will have the first blood there for Wannabe Misfits. Well played there. Good use of the level 2 advantage. And we saw, and I said it earlier, you know, that's something so simple. It's just the time of recalling here all the way back from the top lane leading into the first blood. That's high level League of Legends there for you right there, for sure. So Wannabe Misfits not even going to give the luxury of level 2 for them. Will be Lux here just to capture these waves on her lonesome. It's going to be 2 for 2. And Ezreal should be back here to capture this cannon minion for himself. Meanwhile, in top lane, how are things going here for True? He's going to dive fearlessly in with that Pantheon stun. Will be able to take Trunk very low and take a kill for himself. Well played from True. Looking like he's much more confident on that pick. Perhaps it was a set ban earlier for True, as we don't actually have the knowledge of what the pick bans are between those guys. Will be a nice Q there from Boombang, but it's going to be hooked right back. Follow up there from Fontbonne Fontbonne is going to have a nice little bit of training there from Blitzkrieg, able to land at least, you know, 4 or 5 autos after the Lux was even out of the fight. But Draco Legendo pushing himself all the way up here, will have the speedy boost. Will be knocked up though. Does Draco want to go for more? He is going to be able to follow up with his E. It's going to be a flash follow-up here. Going to be stunning the Vladimir in place. But does Draco want to still go for more? Doesn't look like it. Or I spoke too soon. True is going to be using his W. Won't be able to have the effect go through as the Vladimir had his pull. So, quick turn from the first blood, eh? From Israel getting captured, but they're still wanting to go for these fights. Blitzkrieg still wants to go for the poke where he can, pushing themselves right up to the front. True S still looking for the fight. A huge flurry of combos is going to be able to have the Vladimir be finished off by the Pantheon E. And that's some nice damage there. No TP either, but they still want to go for the fight. NM going to be taken pretty low here, but so are IIT. Wannabe Misfits is going to be completely not available. But Gragas setting his sights here for perhaps another gank. Will have IIT have a ward available. Wannabe Misfits wants to go for more. It's going to be a flash Q. Nice cleanse there to get away from it. Q from Varus will land. But do they want to go for more? IIT knows that the Gragas is near his sights. Will actually not even be able to capture the control ward, but Draco still wants to go for a fight. Flashing in for the Nautilus with that information in mind. Still confident in the fight. Won't be able to... Varus will be able to finish off his recall though. And will be using the TP just to be able to capture off this wave. Gonna have a Vampiric Scepter with this back. And it will be IIT pushing the kill lead now to 3, 4 and 1. At 6 minutes. Yasuo is leading a little bit ahead into CS as to be expected. Galio, you will never win a lane with that. That's purely a team player comp. But IIT perhaps still looking for more. True going in once again, landing a big, decent combo. Will have to E to be able to stop the Vladimir spread damage. I believe that's like the E or something. You know. I actually don't play Vladimir, so I can't speak too intelligently on it. And M pushing himself right up into the front of Boom Bang. Will be spotted out by the ward, but doesn't look like anything more. Three control wards here from Fontbonne. They are not joking about their vision score at all. Moby Boot's still there for the Nautilus, so he won't have the health. But they will have the kills as they get another shutdown onto Vladimir and are able to get about 2 turret plates in return. But with that information that the Ocean Drake is now available for Hoy to try to get himself started onto that, there are going to have a ward being placed over the pit. And they still want to go for the damage. Fontbonne going to be taken very low. The damage is there for Hoy. And they're going to have them very scared. Do they want to go for the secure? The damage is going to be there to be able to secure the drag. Galio going to be coming in full force. Pantheon going to be coming in full force. They want to go for the kills. Can they get more? It's going to be Blitzkrieg flashing in onto that. Varus won't have the vision. Will have a ward though. Autos will be able to finish it off. It's going to be taken a very low Yasuo. It's going to be Blitzkrieg finishing off with the Q. The combos there are not available for the Yasuo with no ultimate. Q landing there for him. Slayon's going to be taken very low, but not going to have his ultimate. Follow-up is going to be there. Mana not going to be there for True, as the Honey Fruit will be there, but I don't know if they're going to have any more. Q not going to be landing, and that's going to be a Yasuo turning on big with 3 kills to his name, finishing off that Israel. Israel, I think, in that situation, no mana, but was able to take that Gragas very low, was able to get him killed, was able to finish him off, but that is going to be the first dragon of the second game, the Ocean, falling in Fontbonne's favor. Varus able to capture all of these minions before before they do any real damage onto that tier 1 bot. No turret plating is gone from there. And same for IIT. So looking like the game has stabilized a little bit. IIT taking that fight 5v4 and coming out barely even, I think, in the process. Did give some time for Vlad to fight to catch up a little bit on his CS, but he's still got a decent amount of work to do. Shut down to the point of 3-1. Blue will not be able to land the damage there. It's going to have to flash out, in fact. And that's going to be likely problems for IIT, as they might not have the solution to Slayens just yet. Windwall will be able to stop a decent amount of damage coming in from IIT's bot lane. Really only True and Echo will be the ones that can take him on in full 1v1 melee. Slayens not going to opt to go for anything here in the mid turret, not looking even for a plating at this point. But again, look at these 3 control wards. They're just keeping complete vision control on this bottom side. IIT does not look like they want to even go up to, does not even want to go past river at this point. That's going to be a couple members here. That is going to be the follow-up there from Hoy. The Gragas cast going to be able to push him under the tower, but that's going to be a dead Galio. Blue will fall now, finally. And that's going to be the follow-up there from True. He is going to go in this fight 1v5, but will fall. Draco Legiendo will be able to have some damage. Won't be enough, though, even with the Lux ultimate in tow. Draco still wants to go for the fight. That is a big amount of training here between these guys, but he is still confident. That's the wind wall there doing its work there. That's going to be the shutdown. And the perfect KDA will finally fall. Draco Legiendo. That's going to be a lot taken back here for Fontbonne. They're going to look at the Rift Tower as well, pushing themselves now to just only 2 kills behind. And the gold lead is definitely now, I believe, still in IIT's favor, but only just about 1k. The real lead here to 1.5 from that Yasuo. True still wants to go for a fight, but this could be lost. True, with his E available, they still want to go for the fight, though. Not going to have a smite or anything to finish it off. But it will be... Who gets it? Okay. Varus was able to get it. Red team, Fontbonne able to finish it off. But again, these trades are very, very close. I think IIT went 2 for 2 in that process. True and dying once again. But can they get the shutdown? They need this on that Yasuo, but can he get away from it? Draco going to be knocked up. Won't have to follow up. Oh, Lux ultimate will snipe him, and that's going to be some much needed shutdown gold in Boombang's kit. And a bit of a rotation here as the Herald is going to be spawned here from NM. Will be able to chunk this turret to at least under half. Doesn't look like they want to get any more from it. IIT going to be coming all the way from around here, but Varus should be looking like he's going to be able to get out safely. In fact, going to be using the ultimate just to get himself away from that. He's going to have the Echo... What? I guess the Varus thought that he could fight it if he had his support with him, but that's going to be, you know... Just one Echo death is not going to be able to fix things for that Gragas, so... But should be able to... Once again, jungler on the top side, Blitzkrieg here all the way from around. Please tell me you actually, like, knew that the Gragas was doing some stuff. So, Blitzkrieg in a tight position, though, but will only have... Cannot face this on his own at the 1v3. Going to try to do the best that he can to kite it off. Will not have the ult available either. Red team will secure their second dragon, and Inferno will help things along in terms of the damage. Sustain with the Ocean Drake as well will be useful. And looks like Fontbonne wants to commit themselves here to having the Varus top lane, but no first, only the top turret being taken away here. Will have nothing yet from Fontbonne. Ezreal going to be able to get one more turret playing before the 14-minute cutoff point, and perhaps one more, actually. He's going to ult this wave here just to be able to get it. through. Will not be able to get anything from the fountain, but will be able to just barely get it through. He wants it badly. It's going to be taken very low, but Blitzkrieg is still committing himself for it. But in this 1v1, he's going to have to heal himself out. Is the follow-up going to be there? Q is going to be dodged there. And Galio falling down mid earlier. And another snipe from the Boom Bang is going to have him in a nice place. He's going for that Magi once again. Damage not quite there from IIT to hold themselves onto this turret, but that's going to be true, taken very low. The E there to stop most of that damage. Draco going to be ulted by the Gragas Flash, but Yasuo not going to follow that up any further, but will be followed up by Boom Bang, and finally a little bit of shutdown gold there for Yasuo, as he is the biggest member now with his ultimate available. But IIT still pushing out the macro, still able to get that bottom tier turret finally by the Ezreal. Is able to push these gold leads just a little bit. 27, 3k gold lead, yeah, for, excuse me, for IIT. Blue able to put some kills under his name, but struggling in terms of, I don't know if it's map awareness or just holding out on his own. Not at a point where he is tanky enough to take any real damage for the team just yet. But it looks like he wants to push himself top lane. That's going to be a Yasuo, I think, likely looking like he wants to commit himself. He's not going to have an E to escape. The stun going to be not in range, and he's going to be stuck in a 1v1 situation. We'll have to knock up there. We'll have the Yasuo ult there, but I don't think he's going to go for any more. Full display of Yasuo skill is going to have the Galio be put to about 500 health, and the Gragas wants to come around here. There is going to be spotted by the control ward. He has to back all the way out here, but the minions are going to be cleared out. Knockup not going to be there. Flash is going to be there, but he's going to be able to dodge it out. Of that 1v1 there from Plu. Flex on this kid, dude. Jungle difference for sure. And that's going to have... They're going to make IIT pay for that for sure. They're going to make Fontbonne pay for that, as IIT now gets themselves started onto the tier 2s here. Boombank's still want to be pushing some damage out from here. Needs some assistance though, or Boombank will just do it all on her own. Could be a Void Staff being finished up here by the Lux with the Tome 1. Rylai's, if any, no, there's no way. Oh, that's a meme. 1 minute until the Mountain Dragon spawns, but IIT is going to back themselves, hopefully in time. Oh, Boombang with a very close ultimate. Excuse me, with a very close dodge on the hook. Misspoke. We'll have a delayed back. He will not have her ultimate available just yet until the dragon spawns in the next 20-ish seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds after that, she'll have her ult. Excuse me, that's what I meant. But this is going to be a big dragon. You know, the third dragon's always important because knowing that, you know, the fourth dragon means that you pretty much cannot allow the enemy team to have. So it definitely sets the pacing for some big fights. IIT looks like they want to not concede that, but in terms of the dragon spawn, will spawn now in 3 seconds, but members of Fontbonne not fully there just yet either. Blitzkrieg going to be taken very low and walking right into the bush with a bush check and the flash to boot. But IIT wants to follow things up. They are going to have Plu and Draco following it up. Echo ultimate going to be doing a decent amount of damage. The Q going to be there, capturing him inside the pool. Can they go for more? Plu going to be caught from between. He should be able to get out, but Slayin with no ultimate either won't be able to have any more follow-up in terms of a full 5-man fight. True still following things up. Plu going to be going in for a little bit of 1v1 on his own. Will be able to take down the Varus. And Slayin still stuck here. Will be using the cleanse to effectively be able to get away from the Panth stun. but won't be enough. Draco now. 4 members of IIT available. Ezreal going to be sent from downtown, and we'll be able to slice through 2 waves of minions. And that's going to be a dragon there for IIT. Finally, will be the mountain. Will be able to help them in terms of a little bit of that armor and magic resistance. Looking like the next dragon will be another mountain, so that's going to continue to help things out. But Blitzkrieg going to be caught here as Fontbonne now knows that he is soloing this Rift Herald, but True and Draco are here to help things along. Should be, I believe, this is now the second Herald, so this will be the last one. IIT needs to be able to get this for sure. With Baron spawning in just 30. Is going to be captured. Draco's going to pick it up for himself. And the game looks like, are we in another NA Ram stage? Does either side want to commit for anything until the next Dragon or the next Baron? Just yet. Vlad's going to be solo pushing this out on his own. No TPs available this time for IIT to address any waves just yet. True's going to have a while until his is up. But, you know, Pantheon Ultimate, it's only a quick, what? Minute and a half cooldown? Something like that? 2-minute cooldown, my mistake. Excuse me. Predator, though, from Koi is going to have him away, but it's going to flash right into the Gragas Ultimate. Will be finally taken down. Big flash. That's 2 flashes being used for the Yasuo Gragas. So there's Fontbonne still showing signs of life here. Not willing to give up the game just yet. It's only 4K deficit. It's not terrible. It's winnable. But is it winnable against NM? Doesn't look like it. The damage there from the Echo within the auto range able to finish him off at this point. Wannabe just a preemptive ult in the face, but she wanted that kill, so I guess IIT will give it to her. Will be the Herald, though, able to destroy the tier 2. Will be the Herald looking to destroy the inhib turret. IIT wants to go for this. Dude, they had damage. We'll have a little bit of shielding there. Plu wants to follow up for more. Just a little bit more there. We'll have Boom being able to get the kill, and that's going to have a Medjai's go again. Another stack there for her. Ezreal also, in the meantime, split pushing his way through these turrets, but IIT wants to go for the fight. But they are going to lose out on this True. Now finally ulting slightly late, but that Yasuo is big. He is going to have the shutdown go onto him. He's going to have the kill onto Blitzkrieg, likely 1v1 solo. Barely dodges it, but will be struck by the Q from the Yasuo, and that Yasuo is big, 11, 3, and 4. Bro, this is a team game. How can we lose this? This is not solo queue. Oh man, that's always sad to see when you lose to Yasuo comps in 5-man. Just not enough. It's just... Again, I can't put too much fault on IIT. Their comp doesn't really have the tools to face against a Gragas Yasuo combo, which is what Fontbonne's relying on, you know? But the damage from Boom Bang will be enough to stop them from getting anything really done to that turret. Still alive with about 2k health. The ultimate from Ezreal cutting through both of the champions there. And IIT's bot lane, you know, for all of the unconventional picks, they're still able to still make it look good, you know? But that's going to be a Baron start things off. And does Fontbonne have to read on this? Ezreal here left on his lonesome. Does Gragas know of this? He's going to be too busy on the Raptors, but that Mountain Dragon is going to be enough to keep the IIT members relatively stable. Taken to about 3k, and Gragas is just not even going to be there yet. Are they going to concede it? Will be finally seen by that lens, by that far sight from the Varus, but too little, too late. 1 minute until the second dragon will spawn. And again, IIT, if they get this, they will now have the same amount of dragons as Fontbonne. They will also be in the driver's seat with this Baron buff. Yasuo is going to be addressing this wave, and he is going to be very big with the BT, with the IE, with the static, and the Maw of Malmortis now started up with that Hex Drinker component. And yeah, 3k, 4k above the above Plu. If Fontbonne sets the pacing with a quick catch, they are going to try to see if they can follow up, but no Cask is going to be there. Booming going to be taken very low. Galio ult will be able to stop the members from anyone going further. Echo going to be in a 1v3 situation. Is going to be able to get out of that just barely, but IIT wants to continue to follow up. Q here from Lux will be able to have the cleanse there from NM. Any more follow up? Oh, a miracle. Q will, from downtown, will have True be able to get that for himself. Yasuo, though, going to have to try to see if he can back, but IIT looks like they want to give chase. Draco Legiendo looking like, and both Blitzkrieg are going to have that Yasuo regret, trying to even look at contesting this inhib turret. And does IIT want to close the game? 4 members strong here. They are going to get themselves started here. There's going to be a big gamble here. 3 members now available for IIT. They set their sights right onto Blitzkrieg. They set, and he will not fall just yet, but the Nautilus will. Slayin's still alive. Slayin's going for a couple kills here. A lot of kills all over. Slayin's still alive here. Can they kill him off? Blitzkrieg will be able to get it, but the pull there from Vladimir will be able to finally finish him off. Draco now going in for the, trying his luck as well. Flash engaged there from the Vladimir will be able to kill 4 members of IIT. And Lux from behind, he's going to be caught by the TP. No more follow-up though. Looking like they want to concede, but this dragon is available. It is alive, but there is no Gragas. Can the Lux pull off the Miracle Steal? That ultimate is going to do 800 damage. That's a smite essentially, and there will be a ward spotted out. Autos cannot do 800 damage, and unless you can flash a dragon, that's going to be given to IIT. Nice steal there to secure it. Well played there from Boombang, able to get himself that second dragon. Well, again, I mentioned earlier, it's all about that third Drake that really matters in terms of, do I have to save every dragon or not? Do I have to fight for every dragon or not? But Lux will be the only one alive with her Baron buff, but it should be expiring pretty soon. And it will finally expire. 3 minutes, yeah. So, will finally fall. Mounted map will not be able to capture this ward put down by Lux, but doesn't look like they care too much about that. Blue walking up right here into Yasuo's vision. And it will be 4 members here in the top side. Echo coming away around from the bottom. We'll be able to see a couple members here from Fontbonne, but IIT is going to have a couple minions to get themselves started onto this turret. They want to be going for it. They want to be going for the fight. Able to get themselves now to final tier 2. Looking to break their way into the base. Super minions here stuck in the middle. Not going to be a minion wave until for another 5 or 10 seconds. But again, this is all reliant if that Yasuo can turn on big. Does IIT have enough resources to cut through this? It's going to be Ezreal just using the ultimate to just try to make faster work of these turrets. Still looking like they want to go for the fight. It's going to be True having the minions there at his disposal to try to push it off. Fight will get started. Hoi not going to be taken down. Zonia is going to be there for the Plu just to keep him alive, and Draco will commit himself on that kill. Will be able to take down the Nautilus support. Now IIT 5-man strong here in the mid lane, but that's Vladimir still trying to kite where he can. The knockup will not be there. It will be the Nexus turret finished off. It will be True taken very low. It will be the ultimate finishing off the Varus, and do they want to go for the kill? IIT still having a decent amount of damage, but Slayin wants to go in. Wall going to be used fairly early. But IIT still looking like they can go for the fight. Still thinking that they can get more from it. Inhib turret now taken to about 2.5. Another wave here pushing in their favor should be able to help secure this turret, I think. And that will be Inhib 2. It will be Plu running for his darndest, but we'll be able to get away in the process. Another Mountain Dragon. 2 minutes up. And I don't know if IIT has the Mountain Curse, but that's when you know it's like, what? Take a quick look at the gold leads. It's 6K, oh, excuse me, 7K in advantage, 7.5K there for IIT. And really, it's all in jungler once again. 5K just purely between jungler. Gragas does not look like he is comfortable playing in that role for his team or against IIT. Either way, pretty much only utility going to be with his knockup, with his ultimate to allow Yasuo that access to the backline, perhaps. IIT cleaning up through these wards. Will have a couple control wards. Actually, excuse me, no control wards from Deluxe. But it will be Draco available. It will be him going for that. And IIT wants to start themselves on the fight. True going to be taken there in a 1v1 between the wannabe Misfit. And now taking this Baron to half health. Should still be alive to take this Baron on. But do they want to commit? The ultimate will land. It will land on this real, and he's going to be instantly taken out for the fight. Lux will fall next. The Yasuo is turning on big. That's 2 kills. Can he get more? Will be Slayin taken taken very low. Will have to knock up though. It's going to be 3 kills for him. That's going to be the stun there from Plu, but will eventually fall. Nice quadra kill there for the Yasuo, but at the cost of perhaps getting this in Nexus turret to about half. It's gonna have to will actually fall in the process. So Yasuo turning on big on the fight, but not big enough to be able to keep anyone else alive. The lone wolf standing. I'm not sure who took the 5th kill. I saw that Ezreal and Lux die to him. I saw Galio die to him. Could have been the Echo falling, perhaps with a deeper dive somewhere else, likely on Varus, if I had to guess. I didn't actually see it, though. 3rd Mountain Drake. 3rd Mountain Drake for IIT, perhaps. Will be IIT coming to the river earlier than Fontbonne, but won't really have the vision access across just yet. Who are you going to be going all the way from the frontmost? Will be placing a control ward down. Doesn't look like they want to go for more. It's going to be a plant only for having Draco Legiendo on the other side, but Fontbonne is not there to address it. And IIT finally takes the leads on some dragons for themselves with the 3rd Mountain Drake now for these guys. And it's going to be another Mountain Drake. The 4th and final dragon will be giving the huge elemental buff if the game even goes on to that point, but I don't think IIT wants to give any more luxury to a Yasuo. As we have seen, he has the capability to 1v3. They're going to have Slayens dive in right from the front. Nice little sidestep from True. But can they close it out? True in too deep here. They're going to force him to fight 1v1. They're going to have a nice stopwatch to be able to stop him. They're going to have to knock him to keep him away. The damage will be there to finally fill in Slayers, but the IIT goes with the back door. And Blitzkrieg with the GG easy. Well, that's offensive. Wait, what? Why would you say this? Why would you say that? That's just mean, dude. Show some respect to your fellow man, dude. And that's going to be Draco going for the back door. It's going to have the assistance from it, but what the heck? Why would you say that? I just don't understand. Just why, dude? Anyway. I definitely saw that GG easy from Blitzkrieg. You know, when you represent the school, you gotta be better than that, man. Come on. Yeah, and all of this time, just not gonna even let it happen. Slayin, unfortunately, commits too hard for it. Pretty much takes the Nexus turrets on their own IITs and leaves Fontbonne's University just watching from the back lines. Jesus. I didn't know Blitzkrieg was toxic, dude. Come on. Alright. 2-0 there for the Hawks. And they will finish off the season here for CLoL 2020 at 4-2. And actually, I believe that is a mirror performance from the 2019 team. So still, you know, pulling out a majority number of wins. I believe, actually, if I take a quick glance, I'm gonna pull it up while I have, since I'm up now, since all of the games I believe have pretty much concluded at this point. The standings will be IIT finishing in 30th in their conference out of 108 schools. So that's going to be what, 30 divided by 108. That's like 30%, 27. So finishing it in the 27th percentile. Hey, you know, that's not too bad. I will take that as a, you know, um, a decent number of seniors, I believe, in this group. This year, a very, very different roster than what we've seen. You know, CLoL bringing in the 10-man roster had a lot of flexibility between both teams. Gave a lot of flexibility to IIT to try a bunch of different things, making sure that it could fit within everyone's availability. But even then, I think this year had its own fair share of problems with with a couple of members having to leave, with a couple of members having side jobs. But these are college students, so not as a full-on varsity program of any sort like that. This is to be expected, I guess. So, um, you know, shout outs to a couple of the seniors that will be graduating and or coordinators. Divine, I believe, will be in his last year. Will be his last year showing up for IIT. CLoL, I believe, unless he goes for more schooling, which I don't think he is. But Evan, um, Poro will be, I believe, also graduating this year. Zayn, the Division 2 ADC, will also be graduating. So, and then a couple members will be finally approaching their senior year in the next year. So, if you keep our eyes up, keep our hopes alive to see if IIT still wants to have a hope of breaking the past playoffs. Some of the more senior members will still be there to see if they can carry that wish forward. But that's going to do it for us today. And appreciate everyone stopping by for today's stream. If you're tuning in live on Sunday, March 1st, there's still going to be some more games tonight. 8 p.m. I believe is going to be the CSL as Division 3 playoffs, as they still try to see if they can go to the next round. But that's going to do it for us today. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Alvin Moy, signing off.